once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. Oh, and greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, starting out a little clumsy again, but you know what? If you're used to me, you're used to me. Thank you. Thank you to all who have already tuned in, all of you who are joining in, whether it's now or later. Thank you. Before the stream even started, and I mentioned this in the the opening, I've been having an interesting experience today. I'm going to get into it a little bit, and I'm excited to get this stream started again, and I am sending blessings and love to you, to all who may find these words. And the energy shifted for me today. Again, I don't know what's going on, but I felt a shift early today. And it wasn't something I could immediately I couldn't immediately put it to words. And then today brought some unique opportunities, some unique choices for me today. And I was challenged and I was tested a few times. And I'm kind of proud of who I am and who I am becoming. So after posting the stream and before I chose to get started, I saw this from Namaste TF away. Jack, may we please shout out Sam's channel? She only needs a few more subs to go live, and she makes excellent, respectful commentary, according to Namaste to fuck away. So I do believe in promoting others, and so let me promote this channel that's recommended by one of my viewers for Sam He 5331. It's apparently one of Margot's favorite channels, right? So this excellent commentary provided by Sam, it's usually the videos I've been receiving are directly related to me. So go check it out, especially if you love Margot's opinions of me, because she sure likes that channel. But today, man, in the background is the reminder of peace. That's with me, and I'm reminding myself that peace is the purpose and peace is the way. And the topic today, this is going to help my spirit. I know it. The topic is going to help my spirit because it's something I love to discuss. Witnessing the divine nature of reality. And so let's start with something obvious about reality. It includes this mysterious thing called time. And there is something mysterious to timing, the way that everything seems to always work out. One way or another. It always works out. So what I've been practicing, and it is the idea of meditation, right? Just a kind of an Jack's clumsy explanations of meditation, right? Because God knows Jack doesn't know. The idea of meditation, it's to transcend that which has been, that which is, and that which will never be, right? It's to transcend it all. The Society of America, we got a lot of distractions and entertainments, a lot of drugs and narcotics and pills and lots of ways to numb. Right? People numb themselves to escape. And I used to do that, but I found another way. And there is always another way. The idea of meditation, one can transcend the limits of time and form by aligning with the infinite, the infinite nature of space. Align with the infinite nature of space to overcome the limitations found by time and form. Become the space. Become the space and create the space within yourself so that you can re-examine yourself and the world. Become boundless by removing the chains, right? Once you separate yourself from you so that you can see you from a higher perspective of you, when you separate yourself and you look at you and your life and where you're actually at, then you can see your change. You can see what's tying you down, what's weighing you down, like a good friend could do. The idea of self-love is to become a friend to you again. And not a dishonest one, but a true friend, one who's filled with love and joy. The mere idea of you being around. Become boundless by removing the chains that have been limiting you from your greatness. It's what I'm seeking to do for myself. I found a lot of chains that were holding me down. And then I thought I found a lot of things that I viewed as gifts, but I saw them weighing me down too. It's all related to my past, but my past is coming together. I trust in this. Brothers and sisters, God is with you and me. There's a lot of people I've encountered online and off that want to prove me wrong. And it's fascinating to me, but it's the path I'm on, and I'm not really complaining. I'm perplexed by it. But truly, if you can see that God is with me, you can trust my honesty, you can receive my care, then you can also imagine some of these real life possibilities, ending wars, bringing peace to this world. Because my life is a mystery. It's continuing. Like I said, the details of a lot of the experiences I've had, they'll come out in the movies or in the books, right? In the documentary or in the books. But just today, there were several opportunities where I was offered questions and challenges of what is my value, what is important to me, and what is my priority. Along those lines, let me remind, because part of it had to do with part of it had to do with online. Part of it had to do with offline in the real world. But this life I'm living here, let me jump to the point. Right before I started, I'd been hearing some banging outside, wasn't really paying a lot of attention. Look out my window, and I'm on the 3rd floor. My apartment's up high, so I kind of zoomed in, and that's my car. And so I wondered what was going on. This is just right before, I mean, it was after 6 o'clock or after 5:30, and I think I was scheduled to start at, no, I was scheduled to start at 6:30, and it was after 6 o'clock. So this was just a few minutes ago. I go downstairs to see, hey, something wrong with my car? Something I can help you with? And he started wanting to come in the apartment. Said he was looking for someone who took his money. And anyway, it turned out he'd been sitting out there kicking the crap out of my car. He let the air out of my tires. And yeah, his name is Tony, if I remember right. It's either Tony or Tommy. It might have been Tommy. I think it was Tony, though. A man suffering from anger issues, but he also claimed to be a man of faith, calls himself a Christian, like many of the others I've met. You know, it's affordable rent, it's a big city, and it's a different energy. I've got notes today, notes on the topic for this purpose of witnessing the divine nature of reality. And there's Kitty. And but I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link too, and we'll see where this day goes. Like I said, it's been an interesting day for me. The energies it's been bizarre. My faith was tested earlier today. But here, let me remind something else too. In the descriptions, I haven't been playing the videos, but in the descriptions, have been videos for Talcott shorts. There's a new one yesterday, a new one today, and I encourage you all. Here, I'll drop this link again too. I encourage you guys, check it out, give it a subscribe, and see what's going on. This is what I realized, our poll. It is. God's testing me. God's testing us all. It's what every day is. It's a test. What are we going to do? This is another part of my adjustment, that which is, I went from having, an attached garage, be able to pull in, shut the door, just click of a button. And now it's street parking. And I notice the car gets a lot more dirty than parking in the garage. But here, let's get back into some ideas, because I hope to share some value with our time together. My hope is really, I got a lot of hopes, but my purpose here of why I'm here today is to share some of these observations I found that I think can be helpful. Because I watched the news today, and I'm prepared. I may play a couple of minutes. The stuff that's happening in Gaza, Israel, it's got to change. It's got to end. We cannot keep putting our heads in the sand while millions of men and women are starving. And it's been going on for a long time, not just in Gaza, but all around this world. We've had millions and millions of men and women in danger, starving, no answers, no support. And we've got a nation right now where Donald Trump, man, he's playing his legalese maneuvering, and according to Donald Trump, dollar is king. And that's exactly what America has become. It's worship of the almighty dollar. This government, this federal government we've got, the one that everyone pays their taxes to, well, not everybody. The rich don't have to, just the working class. Well, they do have to. They pay their little bits. People in this world, in this day and age, people are kept poor so that they stay busy. Because as long as the poor stay busy, focused on survival, they won't really know and see what's going on. There's a lot going on in this world, brothers and sisters, and it's time for us to start paying attention, figuring out what is the truth. Because there is a divine aspect of life that's being overlooked. The divine aspect of life has been overshadowed, perhaps. It's been clouded, covered up through corruption and debts and oppression. Yesterday, we talked about some of these ideas, offering the comparison of the world we live in. It's very punishing, demanding, versus the alternative that could be rewarding and providing. But the reality is, people are kept poor to stay busy, keep the people in survival mode. And in this world where the dollar is king, according to the commander-in-chief of America, and according to the way the society operates, money in this world, it buys time. See, we sell our time when we go apply for a job, when we get hired for a job, when we go to a job, we are selling our time. Time is for sale. And if you sell your time, that's your life. So what are you worth? Are you worth an hourly wage? Is your time spent building your future today, or are you just maintaining your past? That's a question I think many people should ask themselves, right? Is your time spent building your future or just maintaining your past? I know how I used to spend my time, And it wasn't just maintaining my past, it was fighting to keep my past. It was complaining about my past, reliving the past. That is what America has become. A bunch of hamsters running on the wheel, looping and repeating the past over and over, telling themselves and each other the same stories over and over. It's broken. The society is broken. So in line with this question for, these questions I'm asking, it's not for me. It really is for anyone who's willing to think for themselves, because if you start asking yourself these questions, reevaluating your choices, how you're spending your time, I tell you what, these days, now that I've changed my mindset, now that I've changed my practice of life, I get joy from conserving. I get joy through conserving my energy, conserving my time, conserving my resources, because as I conserve my energy, time, and resources, don't waste them. Well, then when the opportunity comes up to serve or to grow or to do something greater, it's available. It's really simple when you convince your mind to stop overcomplicating things. And along those lines, just a simple observation again, you are not what you think. Okay, the idea you have of you, the belief system of who you think you are, that's not you. You are not what you think. You are what you practice. You are what you do. And if you're not paying attention to you, you might think you've got yourself mastered, but really, it might be completely backwards. Because if you're not paying attention to you, then you're not knowing what you're doing, and you're sure not practicing being you. To be the best version of you, it might take a little practice. I mean, because it's never been done before, right? We don't know what the best version is. We're just here to develop and to discover. And along those lines, too, if you consider these things, what is life? What really creates life? It's healing, it's growth, it's success. Those things bring forth life, not death, right? Healing, growth, and success. Every one of those, they require learning. Oh, they require healing, growth, and success. They all require us to learn how to lean in to the discomfort a little bit. Lean into the discomfort that exercise might bring, or that learning something new might bring. Lean into the discomfort that trying something new might bring, right? But if you're not pushing your body, growing your body, if you're not pushing your mind, growing your mind, if you're not pushing your future, growing your future, what are you doing? Back to the topic, the divine nature of reality. I pulled up some ideas on these, tried to get some general support, right? What are some other ways of saying these things? Let's see if I can get this. Whoops, wrong way. I do that. So the idea of divine, of, from, or like God, or a God. If the word God isn't working, how about just excellent, delightful? I like the idea that divine is perfection, providence, something of, relating to, or coming from God, or a God, or being of supreme excellence. I suggest that nature in itself, the beauty, the power, that is supreme excellence. I think that's a pretty good example of supreme excellence. Mother Earth, the glory of the mountains, majesty of the waters. the mystery of everything, right? Life is an amazing gift, and it really is sacred. It's another word that, divine and sacred, maybe these have been aligned with religion, and those who have a poor idea of religion may not consider sacred or divine. I think that might have been my problem. I looked down on religion, and so I didn't think about what was sacred, what is divine. There is an aspect of divinity, okay? It's the Christic, it's the perfection. There's an aspect of the pure that's within you, it's within me. It is, it's the reason we're here. We are here to be the witnesses of this time. But you and I, we're not just the witnesses, we're the participants as well of this time. We are the tools and the instruments that time has brought forth so that we could influence, choose, direct, create the future of our dreams. Let's turn the American nightmare into a dream. Let's unite together. I'm confident, I'm growing in confidence that these ideas for me and with me, whether it's done by me or not, is irrelevant. I'm confident that these ideas of a world without secrets, it's from God. It's from logic and reasoning. It is a sound choice to confront lies. I don't understand why it's been so confusing for people, but I guess it's just me. This, Dr. D had, this is happening right now. Right now it's happening. That big, beautiful bill. Oh, God, I can just admit. Not going to say those thoughts. That big, beautiful bill, it's enslaving the nation. And it's so obvious what Donald Trump and this administration is doing. They're just defunding. That's how they have power. They have power through money. Well, as long as we're going to believe the money has the power, well, guess what that does? That gives the power to the banks, not you and me. But I know the banks have no power without you and me. I know the government has no power without you and me. We have power without the banks. We have power without the governments. We have the power to rewrite everything. That's what the controllers have been doing in the past, right? So let's just invite ourselves to the table. That's what I'm trying to do, Jack Talcott. My name is Jack Talcott. Trying to invite myself to the table, so to say, at the federal government, right? Donald Trump and the other men and women of Congress. I think it's time that we get a voice, another voice of reason. I won't diminish any others who are there. I'm sure there's voices who are saying the right things there, but let's get a new voice in there. And I am trying to find a way. Let's create a way for peace on earth. It's what the prophecies were for. And so I don't know how God's going to do it, to be honest. I know that God is doing everything. I'm convinced of that. It is only God doing everything. We're like kids. We're allowed to play along and pretend like we're doing it. And we are, unless we're not paying attention. Are you paying attention to your life and to the greater world around you? Or are you stuck in this little hamster wheel, turning and just distracted and no focus and going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing until you're tired and you go to bed and get up and go one thing to the next thing to the next thing? And I mean, thank you for the contributions. And support and question. I think this is pretty obvious because the people in government think they have the power. So, I don't want to go to war. I want to have peaceful communication. And the best way to have peaceful communication is to become invited. That's what I know. It's what I've learned as a coach. It's what I've learned in my real life experience. Red 40. Your arguments make no sense. Okay. Jack, you're trying to negotiate with a foreign corporation. No, I am not. See, you're wrong already. Why do you think they care what you want? Wake up, Jack. Just stop complying. How about you wake up, Red 40, and stop trying to talk others out of doing more? Because that's what I see you doing. Whether I can succeed or not, you're not even willing to try. To me, that's a coward. And see, I'm not trying to negotiate so much with the foreign corporation. I'm intending to negotiate with the people employed by this foreign corporation that is recognized as the federal government. So all these people want to play silly arguments, man. It makes no sense. Okay, Jeeps, how long are we going to go through life just naming things? Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is good. Are we changing anything? See, the masses, the majority of people that, praise God, I just caught myself. God's testing me again. I'm testing myself. Not sure who knows, DJ Emo. If you're wanting to assume I don't know what's going on in the world today, you're missing the point, right? As I've said, I've been blessed to learn things that a lot of people have not seen. Nothing special, and I'm no expert on anything, but I have gained a very big picture idea of history and politics and economics and religions. And so all the viewers who just want to tune in and try and talk shit against Jack, well, God bless you. I forgive you. I forgive all the haters. I forgive all the doubters. I forgive all those who ignored my words when I asked for help. And you know what? It feels good. It feels good to have no resentment, have no guilt. It feels good to be done with doing things I'm shameful, doing things I'm guilty of. It's fascinating to me. It really is. I'm not pissed. I'm actually just I'm kind of saddened, Cosmic and the boys, because I know there's people who do tune in for me. I know there's people who tune in for what I share. And yet the most visible I find are, people like Chuck. And Chuck didn't do anything wrong today. Nor has he. Actually, I'm feeling pretty good. My day has been an adventure. I may not have explained it very clearly in the beginning, but my day has been an adventure. I've been able to be of service to others more than once, a few times today. I was able to, well, actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should wrap this up. I'll go refill my tire and see what else my adventure brings. Can you give an example of a significant incident where peace has not required a war of some kind? I don't know. I'm sure there has been. But I'm not sure what the implication is. Are you trying to suggest that in order to change our government, we have to go to war and have a violent civil revolution? No. See, the point of history is to learn from the past. And as I've said, God has blessed me. God has blessed me with the opportunity to learn a lot about our past. Not just the world past, but my past. My past, man, it has been a story. Many people, and here, this is why I have a challenge. To many, my story is still unbelievable. They won't believe me. People would rather believe I'm a liar, or I'm crazy, or whatever else. And all I'm suggesting is that if we work together, holy cows. Yes, Special K. What is your confusion? I mean, this is bizarre, man. This is bizarre. I don't think, yes, they do. Yes, they do. And this is what I mean. I've been tested today, you tell me. There are people who want to take away from my joy. They really do. And it's fascinating to me, especially online, how many people are so dishonest. They're so fake. Special K, do you want to understand? I mean, it seems you're again just trying to show that Jack's wrong, Special K, but I've been telling you a long time that you don't quite understand. And if you paid more attention, you actually listened a little more actively, you'd have a lot better. You and I would have a lot better relationship. We'd be a lot friendlier together today. But I can't force you to listen, Kay. Chewy, blessings to you. And here, thank you. I don't want to send the wrong image. That's the words I'm trying to get out. I don't want to send the wrong image. I do appreciate the contributions and the support sincerely. I am doing good. I'm honest though, and part of my path is speaking through what is going on. That's how we learn. That's why when you speak with a friend and you communicate about what's going on, just the fact of you talking can help you yourself. Maybe this is why I do the live streams. I mean, I recognized this earlier today. I got to speak with a couple of friends offline today, and speaking through what I'm experiencing, what I'm dealing with, just that alone, having a friend, having someone who's willing to receive and listen. And if we can offer that gift to each other, that changes lives. I don't believe the man has deep pockets, to be honest. And tacos, this is just my life, man. And actually, holy cows, it's a perfect example of how my life goes. Because earlier today in my frustration, I made the statement that I'm done caring. I'm done getting upset. I'm done caring what people do to me. If Sam He wants to do a channel and talk crap about me, hey, I'll promote Sam He. If anyone wants to do anything, as long as they find some joy in their life, why not? So right after I said that to myself, that's when I get to go see more physical damage to Jack's property, more disrespect for what Jack has worked for. It is fascinating. Hey, that's you. I'm thinking you're looping. You're stuck in a circle again, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and knock you out. Snafu has joined, apparently dropped something in the back, but no, Snafu. Once you and I have communicated, you know how to reach me. I don't make it difficult for you to reach me. Once we communicate, we actually have successfully had a conversation where both people get to talk and listen like adults, then you might be welcome back, Snafu, but not today, my friend. Okay. Can you lean into discomfort on purpose? Can you do that a little more? Can you imagine the benefit of, maybe actually following through with something you really didn't want to do? You've been finding excuses for it. You've been putting it off. You've been procrastinating or complaining about it. Maybe you've just been ignoring the fact that your spirit is calling out to you, change me, change me. That's what my spirit used to do. And this is what I realized. I've heard this explained, and it can sound, well, it sounds how it sounds, and Jack doesn't always say things perfectly, but a lot of the feelings we feel, depression, anxiety, hopelessness, right? Those feelings of wanting to be done, wanting to end ourselves, right? Those self-deleting ideas. If you don't address your thoughts, that's where the danger comes in, because all those are our ideas. And if you don't cleanse yourself of the negative ideas, of the impure ideas, impure and negative become you. It's really that simple, man. Hey, we've got another guest here, and I will bring this up. All wars are bankers' wars. That title alone reveals a lot. Hey, welcome. How you doing, Stephen?
Hello, Jack. I'm doing well. I'm having a good day so far. How are you doing?
It's been an interesting one, man. I don't know if you caught the details, but I didn't give a lot of details.
I just joined. I just got here. I was hoping I didn't miss the show, and I realized you've been live for I think almost 40 minutes. I was like, oh damn, I don't want to miss Jack's show, so I hopped on.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So yeah, right before my show, this is what I was talking about. I had apparently a neighbor identified my car and me as belonging to someone else, maybe. He chose to let the air out of my tires and apparently spent some time kicking up my car.
What
And
the hell?
one of the
Huh.
neighbors, she said that she came through and saw him doing it, and so she videotaped it for me. So I guess there's evidence. If I wanted to pursue charges, I probably could, but you know
Where'd
what?
that picture come from? Was that a neighbor that took a picture of that
Oh no,
going on?
that's me. I'm up on the third floor, and
Oh, okay.
that's my
You saw them do that.
yeah. Oh, I
Oh
looked
my
out. I
goodness.
saw him leaning down on the tire. I was like, "What the hell is he doing?" And the funny
I would have
thing
thought
is,
they dropped a drumstick from Popeyes or something under the car. I'd be like, "What are you
well,
what are you doing?
initially I
Messing with my
wondered if
car." What?
initially I wondered if he dropped something, but then I saw him just staying there. And so that's why I went downstairs and asked him what's going on. And that's when he wanted to come in the place and started accusing saying saying stuff about theft and whatever. He's just out of his mind, is all.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's crazy.
It's people, man. And this is my life, dude. This, I know this happens to everybody. Everybody deals with addicts and criminals and all this stuff, but holy cows, man. It's like I've been praying for a break, any sort of break, right? Help me get one door open. Help me get one conversation that I'm hoping to get. Yeah, nope. I get my tire flattened, the door kicked in.
Oh, they
And
kicked the door in? Holy shit.
it's not kicked in, but there's
Okay.
a dent. He left
Oh,
a dent
wow.
in the door.
On the car. He
Mhm.
kicked the car door. Oh, man. That's
And
strange. That's, as you said, that's people, but man, people are really out of it. Maybe he was on drugs or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Hey, we've got a Jesse Johns in the back. You have any idea?
I don't know who that is.
All right, no worries. Let's see. Lamar?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Jake? You remember me? I was in your channel a week ago. Recall me, Jake?
Yeah, I think I remember you. How can I help
I
you?
remember that voice. That guy
Yeah,
likes
recall me,
cannibals.
right?
He likes the raw meat eater, Gaddis, Godis, and that's that guy. His name's not Lamar. He's using a fake name. This guy plays games with names and characters. And
Yeah, I know. So, what game can we entertain you with today?
Whatever pleases you. Name isn't necessary, Jake, as you say. Names are just a creation of humans. But you, sir, are the modern day Jesus. So we can probably assure whatever name you give me, I will take it as a badge of honor. It's your. Just give me any name
sounds
you
like a
like.
fake
You wish.
accent.
And by the way, we got a fat boy over here who barely has any testosterone left in his blood to even keep his chat open. I'm talking about you, you know, right? The guy who's the guest.
You came on here to be disrespectful and play games and try to ruin his show? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no. That's what you have always foresighted about others who came on your channel as guests. I'm here to ask Jake a question. Jake, would
His
you
name's
please let
Jack,
me
not Jake.
whatever? Jake, can I
Mhm,
please ask you one question?
of course.
You recall a week ago, almost 12 days has been passed by since I came to your stream. I sent you a link in regards to a video named titled Day of the Lord Mapped Out. Have you seen that video?
So, I was wondering where I found that. I started watching it and I couldn't remember where it came from, so I didn't finish. I couldn't remember
Let me
why I was watching it. What was the reason you wanted me to watch it?
uh, actually it's a predictive programming. The map has been mapped out already in the Washington's DC, the place you have been. The whole area has been mapped out as and is in compliance with the map of United States of America. So according to it, half of USA would get N-worded by other
Jack,
countries.
I think this is the guy that was letting airs out of your tires. This is Lamar. I think
Oh,
this guy right here is the guy that's responsible.
no, no, it wasn't. Here, I think this is the video you're talking about. Is it? The Secret Destiny of America, 1666 to 1776. Is that the video you're referring to, Lamar?
No, let me send you the link. Hold on a second. Just a minute. Just give me a minute. Just give me 10 seconds. I
All
will
right.
send you the link here in the
Okay.
private chat. And I also want Stephen to watch it. I have sent it to him months ago, but he prior to that, but he barely even took his time to watch this video. But I'm really hoping that you would.
This guy's obsessed with me. He's been very nasty. But you know, Jack, I just want to point something out. This guy's not here for your message. He's here to promote all these other channels. And I don't
It,
think that's the right
well,
thing to do.
let's not. He didn't say that, so let's not assume his intentions yet, please. Um,
Okay, but I do think he was trying to steal your hubcaps. He was trying to take that tire
no,
off your car. I think that's Lamar.
no,
Johns.
oops, no. That was like I said, it was either Tommy or Tony. Um, I met. I got it. Sorry, I got confused over here in my tabs. Um, got it. Anyway, I'll check that video out later. Um, even though I said I would before in here, I'll go ahead and share it in the link too. The reason I don't want to jump to conclusions yet, Stephen. Sincerely, the bizarreness of my life. Okay.
Yes. But I'm just trying to be protective of you in the show because I do know that this guy is a troll. He's used many, many names for the
Well,
past, I don't know, 6 months he's trying
I
something.
know.
Somebody in the chat. I am having popcorn, but
That's all right.
Crystal.
That's all right. All right. So thank you, Lamar. This time we're living in, though, there is a lot of signs. There's a lot of mysteries. Truly, the world is not as it seems. It's not going to stay the way that it seems either, especially if we realize that the future is ours to create. We are here to claim our place in the world. And you don't have to fight for your place in the world. It has been given to you. Unless you have chained yourself to an unhealthy relationship, to an unfulfilling job, or unless you chain yourself to things that hold you down, you are free. Are we not? I
I
mean,
agree.
okay, so if we're free, how do we share our freedom? How do we ensure our freedom? Because I don't really consider our freedom to be very safe. If you look at the statistics, I was just reminded of one earlier. If I understand correctly, the US has approximately 5% of the world population, and yet within America, 25% of the prison inmates reside. So if 25% of the world's prison population is in America, currently got a government that I don't remember if it was millions or billions of dollars are being spent right now to build, I guess, a detention center, a concentration camp at Fort Sill, right? We've got a government that is taking people, kidnapping people off of the streets within America, putting them on planes, denying them all due process. And then for those who may not have even been from America, they're going off to a nation they've never been to. People are being sent to Sudan, where Sudan has been having civil unrest and violence for a long time. This is un-American.
Let me tell you this: the whole agenda behind all this certain acts by the policies got the government, especially this recent ICE raids. It's all about isolation policy. Keep in mind, a lot of Canadians and Mexicans these days have a very negative point of view about USA in general, and especially this has striked out after all this ICE raids and all this anti-immigration policies. So this Canada, Mexico, and all these other countries shall move their industries to other nations, and it would actually isolate America not only economically but also military wise and other aspects as well, geographically as well. There's also a lot of um, military bases of enemy countries of America in Mexico as well as Canada, I guess. Stephen knows about it, right? There's a lot of enemy countries' bases in Canada of Americas. Is it true?
Possibly. I mean,
Oh,
everything is possible, but let's go down. Let's explore this root cause of the problem. The root cause of the unsafety that you're pointing at, the risk of enemy combatants moving into neighboring nations, that threat is only because America is so comfortable having so many enemies. And I suggest that we've lost, America has lost its way.
let me tell Jake actually, this will precise
He's
that
roboting.
all this policies, all of this events, this policies, whatever global events have occurred not only in America but worldwide, and all of this has been pre-planned thousands of years ago, probably
Right.
5,000 years ago. It's already written in Nostradamus book of predictions. I'm pretty sure I can recall the name of the book, but it's
All right.
written precisely what would happen to America. So it's pretty obvious. What whomever you vote, whomever you political party you seek with, the result will be the same, regardless of your personal opinions, your personal choices, or whom you like, which political party you like. So there's no point in having to indulge yourself in this worldwide spectrum of news or whatever. Yeah.
There's been long range plans rolled out. Okay. It's been
Mm.
well documented, well sourced. There have been groups of people who are not only aligned with taking over full control of the world, but there are also many groups of people who, they follow the dark arts. They're into some sick and twisted things. Child exploitation, this Epstein stuff, that's just one part, right? That's just one name of these people that are criminals. Criminals enabling criminals. And we've got Donald Trump refusing to follow through with what he said he would do in order to get elected. So, Lamar, back to what you were saying. There have been
Jake,
long range plans.
sorry for interruption, but I want,
Go ahead.
sorry to interrupt, but I really want to conclude something. A statement. I really am thinking about it for a long time. If you notice, not just Epstein or Diddy's, probably know P Diddy, right, the rapper, and
Mm-hmm.
Epstein. They are both interconnected. All of these cases, all of these stories, all of this drama, and all of these events. And also, I want to conclude another point about UFO files. Recently, just a few months ago, there has been a spike of news in news channels about how UFO files got leaked, how there's aliens in Area 51, and all of this stuff. Keep in mind, just 10 or 20 years ago, if somebody even mentioned anything related to UFOs and other activities, they were being encountered by certain secret organizations like Men in Black. I'm probably aware that you know about it, right? Men in Black and other secret government organizations, and they were threatened to shut their mouths. However, did you notice that just recently, it's not been ever since Trump came in office, how the fuck did they even fucking release all this UFO files, all this alien activities, all this stuff? And they're so open about the news. And barely 10 years ago, there's hardly any news channel which covered anything in relation to it. It's pretty obvious. It's not just a distraction, it's also a psychological operation. It's been pre-planned to do for them to do it, to release it in certain aspects in certain time.
Yep.
They
Hey,
they practice.
What's going on?
welcome, Joe.
Thanks.
What? Sorry, what were you saying? Finish up what you were saying, please, Lamar. What were you saying? All right. Sorry
From
for
what
the
I heard,
interruption.
I think he was saying that 10 years ago you were called a conspiracy nut to talk about aliens, and now since they've brought it out with the UAPs and all of that shit, they're trying to normalize it. I think he was going in that direction.
Are they talking about him in the chat with porta potties? Is that related to Lamar, or what was all the porta potty stuff they were talking about?
I'd assume Paulie.
Oh, Paulie. Okay, yeah, he empties the porta pot, doesn't he? Or what does he
He
do with them?
it's in the past. Here,
I need a porta potty.
bringing it
No,
back.
you don't use porta potties, do you?
If
Hello,
I had
Joe.
to, I ain't used one in forever, but if I had to, I would.
Yep. Hey, I think what Lamar was getting at, though, too, is there's a lot of mysteries, right? There's been long range plans, long time plans being rolled out for this new world order, and it's been developing, right? As technology develops and the government gains more tools, well, we're at a point right now, at this time of history, I think it's do or die for the future of mankind.
Mhm.
And I
Let me tell
Joe,
you
go.
another aspect. Actually, may I say something? I want to mention something in regards to the video link I sent. Uh, I don't want you. I don't want to degrade the curiosity for you to watch this video. I highly recommend you after you finish this live stream to please watch this video, Jack. Not only
I
you,
will.
but I also want Stephen to watch it as well. Stephen, I sent you the link months ago. However,
No, I'm
you
not going to
refused to
watch
watch
it.
it.
I'm not watching anything that
Stephen,
you send.
it's
You ruin
why.
things. You're
Let me
obsessed with
complete my
me.
sentence.
No, I'm
Let me
not. I'm
complete
not.
my sentence.
Here,
No, I'm not.
please, Stephen,
You reside in.
please let him finish his statement. But
Go
Lamar,
ahead.
if he doesn't want to watch, there's no point in really.
Okay, it's
I'll
because I
watch it.
care, Stephen. Stephen, let me tell you. Let me be precise about it. You just few hours ago you mentioned in your stream about caring, right? To care about others. It's not just about to help, to talk that I care about you, to show verbal love, but
You've
also to
proven
have
what you are
to
to
give
me by your
advice as
behavior.
well.
You
Let me
don't
tell you
care. I've
something.
already seen what you are in your emails to
No,
me.
let
I know what you are.
let
Okay, here,
let me.
Lamar, let's back off, please. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
let's welcome Joe. Joe, how have you been? It's been a bit, man.
Very good. And Lamar, when you
Hello,
done, can
Joe.
you make your statement and leave Stephen out of it? I'd like you to conclude if you can.
Oh,
Okay,
don't.
okay. Let me precisely be clear. Jake Talcott, I want to mention you.
Jake, Talcott.
It's all
It's
right.
cool. It's
Thing
fine.
right
It
now.
is.
Just tell him.
Jake Talcott.
It's
It's kind of cool,
Jake.
actually. Cool name.
Jake. Which state are you residing right now?
Which what?
What state are
Which
you in?
state?
Oh, I'm in Maryland.
Maryland. Do you know in by the year 2035, by the year 2038, the whole of Maryland, not just Maryland, but also the New York upstate, half of it would be submerged underwater, along with coastal Florida and parts of Texas as well. And
It's
the western part of.
5. Yeah, it's
So
10 years from now. Yeah.
Yes, not just it, half of America would get N-worded. I won't can say the word precisely, but you probably know the word, right? N-worded by other countries.
Yeah.
by the military logistics.
Rhymes
Half
with
of
puke,
America,
I guess.
and
Oh,
yes, please don't say those
Fake
words. It
news
could be
and
very
psyop.
dangerous. Yes, no.
This
Let me
guy spews
precisely.
fear programming.
well,
And the
Lamar.
new capital of no,
Hey,
and the
Lamar.
new capital. Yes. Let me conclude. That the new capital of America would be in Colorado. The new capital would be moved from Washington D.C. because it would get N-worded, and the new capital of United States of America, the new world order, would be in Colorado, Utah, and
Okay,
Montana. So it will be safe for you to
Lamar.
migrate to those states.
What is the point?
Yes.
What is your suggestion? Should we just be aware and then just what should we do?
Yeah, you're telling us
Oh,
this so that we can what?
Mm-hmm.
no, it will be viable for you to all of you to watch the video which I sent. It has
Lamar.
shown the safe states of America, which would be the ideal
That's
state
what
to
he's saying. He is saying we
migrate now.
need to retreat to the center of America because these shores are apparently going to be flooded. That's, I think, what he's saying. He's trying to look out for us.
Well, it's actually not just the nuclear aspect of it and the conflicts that are rising, but from Ben Davidson with Suspicious Observers, that campground I went and visited in Colorado.
Yeah.
He's talking about the cycles of catastrophism and the shifting of the magnetic poles. And he's suggesting too, should these things happen and America, the world faces another cataclysmic event, Colorado might be a better place to live.
Yeah, just certainly got some mountains to retreat to and a lot of open space. You can hide forever in that son bitch.
Yeah. But
Not just
Hide
America,
forever.
but
Hide here forever.
not just America, but also Canada as well. Stephen,
Right.
you should be really careful.
Oh gosh.
That's why I'm warning you. Not just
Oh,
America, but
I don't
also
live-
Canada.
Lamar,
Does he let
it
anyone
sounds
talk?
like, well, he does, and it's not been that bad. But Lamar, I want to point out to you, okay, because of what I do and what I'm doing, it sounds like you're sharing fear.
Yeah. How are you so sure that this is going to happen within the next 2 years, Lamar? And please don't tell me read that book or I'm going to yell at you. Or watch that video, I'm going to yell at you. How do you know that this is going to occur in the next 10 years, Lamar?
Joe, do you think
let me-
Lamar's one of your people? I don't think he's
Hold on.
black.
He's got a question on the table already.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Do you know who the Antichrist is? Do you know who the Antichrist
You're going
is?
to answer my
precisely?
question before you to give me a lecture on the Antichrist. How do we know that? How do you know that this is going to occur in the next 10 years? So how do you get the date?
It's from a personal research, intuition, and the video I sent you. I've watched a lot of conspiratorial videos in regards to and aspects to the fields of America's future. I've watched it. I've watched a lot of videos in regards.
Is the
in
answer
aspects of
because
this-
some guy says it will happen and you don't know why? You can't tell me why it will occur. Is your answer some guy said it would happen?
No, it's not just it. It's from a personal research. I've done a lot of
You can't tell us
meditation.
about it. Is the
Jack, can I-
research secret?
Jack, can I interrupt? Because this is spot on and why I even came up. Because
Go ahead,
Lindsay asked a
Pharaoh.
great question earlier.
Uh,
What things come by way of peace without war? So I tried to explain to her several incidents in history. And the list goes on, folks. If we have to sit here and keep paying attention to all the drama and bullshit and induce ourselves into the fear and mechanisms of compliance, we're doing it wrong.
No.
Because
Live
let
without
me
fear.
have the fucking floor for a minute, please.
Okay.
Please.
Because-
Settle down.
Because history also teaches us many things are done through peace. The fall of the Berlin Wall was one of the examples I gave.
Good
South
one.
Africa's end of apartheid in the 90s. This is current time. This is not ancient history. Okay, then the peaceful separation of Czechoslovakia. How about that one? How about the Norwegian mediation of peace in Guatemala, 1996? Let's not forget in 1948, Costa Rica got rid of its
Okay, we don't
military.
need a history lesson.
Steven,
Okay, Costa Rica got rid of its military in favor of investment in education and health, and they've never been in a war since. The Good Friday Agreement between North Ireland and the British in 1998. The Mongolia's democratic revolution. Or how about the monarchy that gave up its monarchy and decided to allow the people to vote, giving up its own monarchy? How about those things? These are examples that Jack is talking about. Live without fear. We can have peace without war.
We can.
Fear is the mind
Uh,
killer. I hate to quote Dune, but fear is the mind killer. It will paralyze you.
Exactly. And
let
that's
me mention something. This person clearly has a very myopic viewpoint of certain elements of life. It's clearly precise by his statements, which he just mentioned by it. However, let me tell you very clear: not everything is just good
Quite
or
more
bad, right or
concisely
wrong.
than yours. Quite more concisely than yours. And I can give sources where you're willing to give a video to have somebody else watch. Okay, I'm telling everybody, and I'm going to stick with it. Don't believe me. Don't believe the neighbor. Don't believe the government. Don't believe your mother, for crying out loud. Do your own research. So yes, if the guy wants you to do follow up and watch a video, go ahead and watch the video if you want, but make sure you still do your resource in researching.
right.
Uh,
So
it's
let's
pretty obvious. Your response is
Hey
an
Lamar.
indication of your
Hey
self-reflection
Lamar.
of your
Hey Lamar.
character. Let me be very okay.
Yours is
Lamar.
limited to
Tell
conspiracy.
El
Mine is
Perro.
opening the mind.
Hello. Can I please speak? Lamar, El Perro, may I please have some time?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Again, I tried to point out here, I'm sorry.
Yeah, relax. Take a breath. You're good.
We had a couple of conversations going on. Okay. One of the earlier comments I wanted to point out, and Joe said it too, right? We've got a world that's being run by fear. The human mind is designed to focus on fear, but the will and the heart, we can change our mind away from the fear so that we can be calm, we can think clearly, and we can achieve these peaceful ends.
How do we,
Thank you for examples. Go
Jack?
ahead.
How do we change our mind from fear? You make me think of it was Malcolm X, and once he started learning some things, he didn't fear the system anymore, and he would tell other people, "Man, I just wish you could know what I know," because that fear would go away. So I'm asking you, because that's what you made me think of in your statement there. How do we change our mind from fear? How do we get rid of the sickness there?
It's so simple. We find the answer. Every one of our fears has an answer to settle our heart. It's a matter of will and faith. And I never realized how important faith is to a human being. I never realized how important it was because I didn't have it. I didn't know how to use it. But faith, through faith, we can give ourselves permission, right? Even though the world's on fire, everything's happening. There's people pounding on the doors. Or they want to break in. Okay. Be calm. Just for a second so that you can think clearly, right? Each of us has to give ourselves permission. That is the key. That is the way of God. Permission to relax. Thank you, Joe.
Okay.
Permission to, in the face of danger, breathe. In the face of anger, pause. That's the one that Jack's been working on a lot.
I dig it.
Well, it's the truth. Anger has been my Achilles heel my whole life. I let anger move me most of my life. And so as I'm redirecting, I've been reprogramming my mind.
Very good. That's the start, yeah.
To move from fear into faith. And I tell you what, I don't know if I'd heard that quote from Malcolm X, but brother, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Mike, I think got a little weird just now. Like it's a little underwatery or mute, not muted, muffled.
I may have moved away.
There
wrong.
you go. All right, that's better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That quote from Malcolm X, I don't know if I'd heard that, but it makes perfect sense. If you knew what I knew,
Yeah.
you'd have no fear.
Yeah.
And that's what Jesus was teaching.
Yes, Jesus. But you know that guy, his knowledge, I get it, right? His knowledge had to be off the charts, and so I don't want to. Here us caveman, knowledge wise, it looks like, I think you're onto it. We're going to have to do it one at a time. We won't be gods and just overcoming in a day. We might have to address each of them. And I think you're right. With the first thing you have to do is take a breath, slow down and examine it, because usually the thought of the thing is way scarier and the dread way scarier than the thing itself. So you have to get that shit under control by controlling yourself.
Yeah, and I think that knowledge is the true benefit. The more we gain in knowledge, the more we benefit. And I see this in my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Therefore, if we gain knowledge, then we build upon that foundation of knowledge.
Amen.
Yes, and we share that shit, right? We can't hold it tight to our chest.
Yes. Joe, these are the things I learned myself. If you stop and think about it, we are standing, especially if the age of electronics, growing up as a white man in America, I've had access to knowledge my whole life, right? And then we get online and there's a flood of information available.
Oh yeah, we at the right era where me and you, Jack, was probably doing a Dewey Decimal System at the library with a card, and right to get a book, it might take days to get knowledge. Now it's at the fucking fingertips. And what do we do with it? What are we Googling? Right? I'm spending way too much time on TikTok and lesbian face grind. Yeah, that's yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the idea, though, is every one of us, we have the opportunity, and whether we realize it or not, we do stand upon the shoulders of the greats who came before us in our own individual ancestry, as well as the nation, as well as the world.
Yeah.
Because knowledge grows. And we have the opportunity, if we change the value systems of the world, we have the opportunity to start educating children properly, because we have the answers. We've made a lot of mistakes in the past. We've learned a lot along the way, but the best practices have been kept secrets.
Yes. That's how that's what they say, that's just power, right? Knowledge is power. So you give up your power in a way if you share it into all. So the selfish is going to try and hold it to his chest. That'd be a secret societies. And I could, Jack, I know you have the same belief in them fucks as I do, with people who keep the secrets to themselves and all that shit. You got the same anger for it that I do.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up, Jack, because those are two perfect points right here on American soil. We have to think about peace that came without war in Canada's Confederation in 1867. And then, of course, the Civil Rights Act that we the people right here on American soil, United States of America, perpetrated and put forth.
I think they repelling most of that shit now.
It's because we stood up. It wasn't because the government granted it. It's because the people stood up.
Well, and I want to push back a little bit, though, in defense of what I understood Lindsay offering. I don't know about the Canada's Confederation as much.
Nor do I.
The Civil Rights Act, yes, that was peacefully achieved, but there was a lot of violence until it happened.
Correct. And I agree to that, but that's part of the experience of the people that have to use those observances like Joe was talking about and stepping back and using those and taking patience to reflect on those observances so we can make those effective changes through proper actions
Let's
instead of hastily acting in the moment.
all right, Lindsay, I think she's in chat, and Lindsay, you can speak for yourself, but let's assume that Lindsay had a different definition of war rather than the conventional, you drop bombs and shoot each other and kill.
Yeah.
Now, can would peace be achieved without war? Because if you call that civil rights shit, it was war, because these people protesting were getting sprayed by hoses, by dogs, and locked up and beat up, and in some ways they didn't fight back, but she might say those people went to war, if that's what she's talking about.
Right, but that would be like a mental war, because I pose that on the obverse, man in his natural state is at peace and wants peace. I don't think a man is born wanting war and wanting to have all the chaos and everything. I think the natural state of man is to be peaceful.
I like to think that. I know most people would disagree with us, but I like to think that. But
I agree. And this is the thing, though. It's really easy for peaceful people to get accustomed to difference. And
wouldn't that be a matter of separating the wheat from the tares? The chaff from the tares?
How getting used to different? How is that a separation of the chaff from the wheat?
No, the peace, those that are naturally inclined to peace are the ones that would naturally be inclined to gather in peace, whereas those that are naturally inclined to war are the ones that would be at war.
Holy cow. So you're saying that the chaff would separate itself because while you're at war, you're just fucking yourself up. And the peace will separate themselves. That's peaceful, It's interesting.
I'm a man of peace and polar bears.
I have a very close brother that passed away a few years back, and his stance was he fully supported me in my mouth. Absolutely. But his own take was he had to protect himself. So he was he submitted and had the license and all that. He understood it. But when it came to that license, he also understood the license and how to enforce its value for his benefit. So he was able to be amongst that, that battlefield and do it peacefully, while I was trying to maintain that separation so I could have my own peace. But I was the one that was running my mouth. See, the whole shit had me indoctrinated like everybody else. Oh yeah,
wow!
I am one of the worst, guys.
That's a surprise.
So let's swing it back. I've given some of my own thoughts, but the terms divine nature of reality, how does that feel? Or
divine,
what does that bring?
It brings to mind something that I think me and Flo discuss a lot, that you can reach all of these same things that people reach through religion, through nature. Be kind to your neighbors and all of those things. So the divine truth, or however you phrase it, of nature, it's still it would be harm no man, love your neighbor like you love yourself, and that would be the divine nature of nature.
Nature is divine. Look at this polar bear. Have you ever been to the far north? Very divine up there.
It is beautiful.
It is. It really peaceful.
I just assume who's the polar bear? What are you talking about? I just assume you're trying to give somebody grief or something. Forgive me if
Are you looking at the screen, Joe? The polar bear.
Hold on, let me look at the screen. Hold on.
He's got a polar bear for his avatar.
Oh, wait, is that from? Hold on. No, it's not. It's not from that movie. I was thinking with the little girl and the polar bear.
I made it. It's not from a movie.
Yeah, it's not from the movie. I saw it. I never saw that shit. I'm way far away from the phone. I wouldn't have saw it even if I looked at it.
And so I want to ask everybody, and I know women generally have a different question according to the modern 304s and stuff that we see on panels. Would rather be in the woods with a bear alone. How about you guys? Are you guys more at your nature when you're out in the natural world observing it, as it is, without all of the superfluous things like the buildings and concrete parking lots, when you're actually out in nature where there aren't all of those things.
I love nature. I love being
Are
out in nature rather than the cities. And I just
You're
want to
more
say, I
at
think you're El Perro. Just let me finish. I think you're wrong, though. I do think that some women love polar bears like me. I don't. I get what you're saying about the bears,
What?
but
Well, I'm talking about being at peace more with oneself out in nature than you are
yes,
in the concrete world.
yes, I
I,
am out
I
in
yeah,
nature.
I think more men are,
That's
and I
dope.
think women feeling more protected by structure and solidity. They feel more protected from the nature rather than being able to enjoy and observe the nature. They feel more protected
That's
from the nature.
that's case specific. I mean, everyone is different. I know many women who
Right,
would
and I'll agree with
do
that.
a hell of a lot better in the woods than most men. So
And I
let's
know some women who would never be around the woods. They think it's a
Daisy would be
nightmare.
Right.
fine in the woods. Give her an axe and a 6-pack. She'll be good.
And
That's the truth.
what I'm trying to point out here is I think a lot of people are distracted from that reality by living in this superfluous world. The things that we really don't need, they're just modern conveniences and comforts. Whereas if we really lived according to our labors, I think we would appreciate those labors much more.
That's dope.
What do you mean by labors? Can you clarify that, or just
appreciate our own interaction in the natural world? We're so involved in the interactions with the personified fictional world that we believe in its comforts and convenience is good for us.
All right, there's something being left out of here, Perro, which apparently I'm gonna have to talk about. The nature of the other side. If I'm alone and so on. So yes, I am perhaps I am probably more at peace. I think I can say that.
Oh, Pero,
But
do you have issues with women? I'm sorry for
then
jumping
No,
in.
not at all. No, not at all.
You don't have any.
No.
Do you think women would survive out in the wild without Walgreens and tampons, or what are you getting at by saying they like to be protected from you?
I was just giving a example of the 304s that sit there and say they would rather be out in the woods with a bear rather than a man.
Oh,
I
I get it now.
think that is insane. I think we need to get back to our nature. That's all I'm saying, men and women.
Pero, I think that this also, there's a big part of nature is being among the people, being in groups. That's part of our nature too. And that's
Correct.
absent in the wilderness example you gave us. So we neglect part of our nature.
Right. I'm
in some
right.
ways.
And I'm saying that if we get back to an agrarian style of living, migrating and living in those smaller communal
Yes.
groups, we would be much better off. We would be more at peace. It's like Costa Rica. You don't have to get involved in wars. You're not dependent upon their economic system, their political system. You've got your own.
I think we would be peaceful sitting around a campfire letting Jack tell some stories. Go ahead, Jack.
I'd love to spend some time trying to discuss what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
These guys got off
To
track.
take control of the United States government.
Let's do that. That's interesting as fuck. How do we pull that off?
Uniting together. We choose to do it and we find a way, just like we do how we do anything in life.
All right, we got to be more specific. If we're going to unite, just the little things I know about uniting, we'd have to start on a true foundation. Otherwise,
Black
it'd
and
be
white.
it'd be too hard to uphold. If we start off with a lie, we might can get people emotional and unite on that, but it's too hard to upkeep. If we start off with the truth, things that are under God, then our job of uniting people should be easier. That's the first thing that pops in my head.
Well, all I'm suggesting is that I don't think we need an organization. We don't need to file some paperwork and get recognized. If we can just agree that it's time. There's a lot of organizations that have these ideas, let's end wars and let's get control, but I haven't been able to get attention of any of these organization leaders or otherwise. So I can't do it on my own. And that's obvious, right? And I'd never even thought I would be doing this on my own from the beginning. I thought there would be people who wanted to get behind these ideas, and let's at least try.
Okay, but here, Jack, is where I think, I don't know you understand this. It's not that people don't want to unite.
Jack,
Most people do, right?
Well,
It's the part after that. What are we uniting for? Is where people stick at. Everybody says, you know, I want to end wars and I want peace.
Okay.
It's not like they're out there saying something
So
opposite.
how do we do it? I
That's
know how we can do
that's
it.
the rub. How do we do it? Yeah.
And I didn't mean to interrupt you, Joe, because
No, I hope I didn't interrupt you.
but the idea is, I assume if we want wars to end, it's probably going to require some cooperation from the men and women in DC.
And Perot, is that true? Somebody better jump on him. Is that true? Someone smarter than me? You might be right. Someone comment before he breaks my brain. Because I always thought, fuck, I don't want to depend on them guys. If he's right,
I know.
fuck.
I know.
I don't want to depend on Washington, D.C., but I do have a question for Jack Talcott. Do you think that love is more natural? Because we were talking about nature. Is love more natural than war? Should we teach people that war is unnatural to help them get on board with your mission?
Well, I think that would be easy. Yes, Stephen, and I think that would be the easiest way to accomplish that, right? Re-educating society and the children. I think the easiest way to do that would be with cooperation from the men and women in Washington, D.C., just like ending the wars.
So I'll follow up that with you don't actually support these, I almost called them creatures in Washington, D.C., but you'd like to use them for your efforts to further the cause, basically. It's not that you trust them.
Like it.
It's not that you trust them in Washington, D.C. Okay.
Thank you. It's absolute distrust in their competency and their integrity.
How do we use them? And let's say, if you can break down an example with the police, how do we use them? Because we distrust them so much, but we still must use them. What's that look like?
In a way, it's similar to what you're doing on the streets, Joe.
That's why I brought it there. Maybe I can understand that.
Public accountability. Okay.
We use them by holding them
What is Joe doing on the streets? I thought he was out spraying graffiti and shit. What do you do? What exactly are you into, Joe? I don't know you, so
that's amazing. You almost got me there. We use them by, at least the way I do it, is I just show the hypocrisy involved. I don't really work with them so much. Right. I just show them hypocrisy.
What I'm referring to is you call them out face to face. You point out to them what they are doing so that as human beings, they're put on notice, right? They're put on notice. Hey, you might be screwing up. Here's your chance to see what you're doing. And imagine this, though, Joe. If it's not me, let's find whoever is able to do it. And let's get someone in front of the men and women of Congress, just like Netanyahu has done, right? He was just there not long ago, too, with our commander-in-chief and the other legislators and rule makers. Right. So let's have some public conversations with them, with the media there, so that we can discuss what equality means, what it means to be a representative of America. I mean,
is that doable?
Yeah.
A conversation with the politician where they actually sit down with someone who's not already in the bag. I would say on a local level, that'd be a lot easier. I don't know if it's even possible with people once they reach a certain status, because I've never seen it done. Right? Any congressman or something, they never sit down with a neutral party or opposition it's always someone who gives them the question first, someone who'll be friendly to them. You're not allowed to give pushback, or you'll never get another interview. A real conversation, even in
Well,
Congress at the Capitol.
with them. You got to schmooze a little bit and grease some palms, and don't you? You got to get in there somehow. Go ahead.
All we need is an introduction. And again, I don't even talking to one congressman or woman, that's not the answer. Because what I'm hoping to do is to find a congressman or woman who is willing to help a citizen address their peers.
What if you seduced a congresswoman
how
and
do they
slept
do
with
that?
her and
What's it
tried to
look
get
like?
in
Here,
that way?
well, keep that question. Let's come back. We've got a couple of guests here. This could go either way. So let's check it out. I'm going to bring up the most likely to cooperate. Welcome. The most
Most likely to cooperate.
The most petty. Oh my God, Joe, fuck the police. Remember that song,
I do.
Joe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Flo, you're
hey,
the smart guy I was asking. I
oh
don't remember
no,
the question I had earlier. Do
this
we have to
sucks
work
after
with
doing
the government in order to pull this off? If you're
it.
listening,
Fuck the
Flo, I like
police.
your opinion.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Do we have to work with the government in order to pull off, the better society? I think at that point we were talking about some type of world peace or something.
I mean, I don't have the answer to that. I have my own theory or philosophy. I don't think that so government is inherently coercive, right?
Yeah.
And so philosophically, I think that the less government at all, the better.
All right. I need
Can I
that.
say something?
That the way to deal with
Jake.
that is to minimize your use of government.
You could wait till he was done with those few last
Well, who's
sentences.
the new
and then
autism?
you could have hopped in.
Yeah, Lamar, I muted you because you can wait instead of speaking over everyone. How can I help you, Lamar?
I've been waiting for you to inform you something. I wrote.
Thank you. Why not?
Yep, you wrote something in the private chat, and I'm not finding any relevance. So, what did you want to interrupt the other conversation for, Lamar?
Right, because there was a couple of topics at hand here. We were asking is
Right.
Jack a thing and Flo a thing.
Oh, he's a gematria tard.
Lamar ain't black. I think he's just totally misrepresenting who he is.
Well,
I don't think it matters what color it is.
I'm going to, Lamar, thank you for joining. Let's come back to this conversation. Sorry.
All right.
Where were you at?
We were trying to see how we can achieve what you're talking about, which was getting together and all of this thing, all of this stuff. We all have to unite, blah, blah, blah.
Using government. We were
And you
on
were
the topic.
saying that
Remember?
the way to pull that off is to use our public officials in some capacity. And I think that's when my mind shattered, because I always assume that that's the wrong direction. They are horrible, horrible, horrible.
Did your mind really shatter, Joe?
It did. I needed Flo to come up here and say that, man, because I was considering. I gotta consider it. Jack's smart, and everything he said so far have been on point.
I can't
That's
believe
my
you let Chuck on
nightmare
here,
to
though.
consider that I actually have to get in bed with these dudes. I've never
No.
considered that.
No, you don't have to get in bed.
You have to cooperate, though. We have to be able to cooperate with adult conversations. That's what
If that's cooperation, then you're correct. If that's what
But
cooperation
Jack,
is,
would you
just an
sleep
adult
with a female
conversation,
senator
I'm
for
okay
world
with
peace? Sorry. Would you sleep with a female senator for world peace, Jack? Like,
One.
would you literally get in bed with one if it meant your way in?
Hey, Stephen.
It's a legit
not even-
question.
No, I find that a poor taste, irrelevant, kind of clownish.
Okay, I
Yeah.
take it back. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean,
Oh.
what the fuck? I'm actually talking about real life that's happening. Here, tell you what. Let me pull this up, right? I know everyone's got their opinions on everything, but I trust that some things are real. Where'd it go?
Well, I didn't ask you to fuck Hillary Clinton or anything
I
like
was
that. I
I
can't
was
believe you
going to
let Chuck
argue
on the
with
show.
Flo, but I have to agree with him on one thing. Government's too
What is
big.
it?
The government's too
Okay.
big. A lot of these programs we got need to revert to the state
We all
level.
know that, Chuck. You're stating the obvious.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stephen. You're so
Okay,
smart.
yep. Great, Chuck. Thank you. So here, this is just from this morning's news, and let's just see what they say.
Mimi Goodman.
Okay.
The World Health Organization's warning Gaza is suffering from man-made mass starvation caused.
Man-made mass starvation.
That's the UN World
Tell you
Health Organization.
World man-made mass starvation is happening in the world at this time. Okay?
By Israel's blockade, from man-made mass starvation caused by Israel's blockade. The WHO's Director General, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, spoke Wednesday.
As you know, mass starvation means starvation of a large proportion of a population. And a large proportion of a population of Gaza is starving. I don't know what you would call it other than mass starvation. And it's man-made. And that's very clear. And this is because of blockade. And I have said it in my statement, more than 80 days of blockade straight. And then, of course, there is opening now, but it's not enough. It's just a trickle. And people are starving.
Health officials.
And it's not just they're starving. The aid programs that have been in place recently are actually, well, they're using live ammunition to keep order upon the poor, starving people who are trying to get some support for their children. And this is all being supported by the American government. And the American government is our responsibility.
Okay.
People disagree with that?
No, it's horrible. It's
That's how
atrocious, Jack. All the Palestinians, they only have rocks to throw back at the Israelis.
I
And
just
they're
want to
bombing
point out
them.
how they're showing the most vulnerable babies and shit. So
Yeah, targeting
that was
babies.
you.
That's true.
The images they're
That was
showing
a-
the most vulnerable. So Dad needs to learn how to use a bow and get out there and kill some animals for his family.
What animals do you think are
What?
available in Gaza, David Wayne?
There's no kangaroos.
I don't know. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of people running around.
I thought that's where he was
see?
going.
Okay. That shows the level of conversation you're involved in. So David Wayne, yes, if you want to go ahead and recognize animals or people can be treated as animals, and that your suggestion for the father whose children are starving in Gaza is go get a bow, go hunt.
I
Take
think
care of yourself, right?
I don't think he's saying use them as prey, the people as prey and eat them. I think he's saying stand up for yourself, use that bow and arrow and shoot it at the right motherfuckers. I hope that's where it was going.
No, I think he was talking about. Well, anyway, I'm not going to go into it.
I took it the other way, but either way, this is sick.
He's a
This is
lunatic.
happening
He's sick.
in this is happening in our lifetime, right? I remember the questions a long time ago. What would you do if you were around in Germany at that time? What would you be doing?
That's right.
What are we doing?
Somebody in the chat said Israelis are the new Nazis. I have to kind of disagree with that, though. I think that the Nazis were a lot better than the Israelis.
I don't know.
They're sick. I mean, they're
Drop
killing
him
these.
because he's towing on TOS lines.
What's that?
I'm not going on
You should
TOS.
drop Steven because he's
I'm
towing the gray
restreaming
area
this,
of
dummy.
TOS. Shut up, Steven.
I'm streaming this right now. I'm not going against TOS.
Promoting
at all.
Yahtzeeism. All right, I would drop you, but I would have dropped you already anyway.
I know you would, because you drop everybody that says anything.
Let's
You
change
drop
the
me.
words. Use some cold words. Keep Jack safe. That's all.
Well, I appreciate that. And Stephen, I saw the comment.
Yeah.
But I didn't bring it up because I know that it's frowned on, So
I'll call them tiny hats from now on, then, and I'll call the other ones.
Are you new to YouTube?
Yeah, you didn't know that
I'm
yesterday.
streaming this right now. I'm not new to YouTube.
Care.
I
You've
haven't
already
crossed
lost
any
channels
lines.
as well, haven't you?
I haven't crossed any lines.
And I don't believe it is crossing the lines. I mean, I say some of these words myself. The words that are
Well,
found.
Jack, I'll refer to them as Hugo Boss wearers, and I'll refer to the other ones as tiny hats, if that
My
helps.
point is that promoting them as
I'm not promoting anyone. I haven't promoted anyone.
Let him finish his word, please.
Okay, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think we all get the point, though. That was
Go ahead. I haven't
Promoting them,
promoted
you were
anyone.
saying was awfully close to promotion.
He just wants to kick me off the panel. He's trying to use any excuse. That's what it is. It's biased.
Look hard. No.
Well, all right, we actually got Jack
I think
onto
that
something.
Go back to adoring me, Flow
Be
State.
so dumb.
Go back to adoring me. It was better when you were trying that bit.
Change your profile picture back to the hot one.
Okay. This
all
is
right.
a hot one too,
So-
though.
I knew you were a slut.
Eskimo Jesus. Eskimo Jesus.
So do
Go
we?
ahead, Jack. I'm sorry. I really made an honest comment about you know what.
I know.
And I do
I know.
think that the Jays are really being horrific. I'm in
Yeah.
agreement.
It's this time we're living through, guys. America, you know what? And I've seen plenty of people, guests on my panel, so comfortably numb, confident and arrogant in their selfishness. You know, their family's not suffering, so fuck everyone else, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
As
that's
long as they
actually
have
what
bagels.
here,
Sorry.
not to turn this into a, you know, typical Jack thing, but this has been my personal experience
Yeah.
since 2018, ever since I chose to try and follow God, since 2018. America, fuck it, you know, fuck Jack. I got my own problems. I can't help you, Jack. I can't help anyone until I help myself. Well, you're not helping yourself either. So we live in this world where the masses are confused. Okay? We don't have to stay confused. If we're willing to accept that what we have is not good enough, then we're willing to change it.
Well, we're talking about options literally right now. And I don't want to stray too far. I think you're saying that, well, you are saying that we need to talk one of these guys into, maybe I should ask the question, do we need to talk one or some of these guys into our belief? Is that where we are?
Well, I know that what saved me from my deception, from my confusion, was the truth. When I sought answers on my own, I found answers. And then the answers helped. And I don't claim to know everything, but I learned enough that I no longer have fears.
That would go against that goes against your argument, because the way you corrected yourself, you solved your own shit. You sought help on your own. You helped on your own, and you would have solved your own shit. I don't know if anyone could have came in and told you the truth, and you'd have been willing to accept it, as stubborn as you were at that time. Same for the politicians.
True, Joe. Untrue. I have not been that stubborn. I've been looking for answers a long time, and I don't know. No one in my life, when I was suffering from alcoholism, no one ever came to me and said, "Hey, Jack, I've got some support for you."
Could someone have said some words and talked you out of being an alcoholic on that day, or at all?
No one tried.
What do you think?
Now,
Because I've been an addict, and I just think it's possible, right?
Actually, let me paint a picture too, because it is kind of tied to what people might imagine with the government. Not going to the government on knees, right? I'm going in as, you know, an equal. That's what we are in America. Regardless of position, regardless of wealth, I am an equal to any others. So if we go in, I don't want to just complain at the men and women of Congress, because everybody complains. They're numb. They don't listen. What I'm suggesting is let's go forward with support. Let's go forward with solutions. The idea I had a long time ago. I mean, I envisioned building up my business and live without fear and having the message co-branded with other life coaches. That was my vision, is working with others so that we help create a better world.
Well, not really. I don't even like that one. I would like to shoot that one in the leg. I hope you've altered it a bit.
The idea is, let's get some support towards the solutions we want. And if we want better bosses, which the government is, if we want better bosses, we teach them to become better leaders.
Thought we were equals to the government.
I don't want bosses at all, to be honest. I never liked that idea.
I'm glad you didn't kick Steven. I totally agree with that.
As you should. Hello, Lindsay.
Yes, welcome, Lindsay. Here, we've got a full group here. Let's bring everyone up.
God damn.
Is that Terry? I see that dude. Oh, that's low.
Dungeon back there.
Jack, nobody came to you to support on alcoholism because we don't help addiction until they know they want help. It's pointless to help an addict that doesn't want help. And then when you wanted help, you got AA, didn't you?
Do you have anything besides complaints, Tommy?
Was I complaining?
Sounds like
yes.
it.
Do you have something to offer the show?
Keep it calm, Tommy. Keep it calm.
Oh, well, Chuck, I guess you're above me on the totem pole. Good job, inbred.
No, I just said keep it calm. That's all I'm saying.
And you keep it in the family, Chuck.
So
the risk of straying off topic has grown tremendously.
Am I not calm? I that's the topic I came in on, is when Jack was saying nobody supported him when he was an alcoholic. I said we don't bother until they realize they're an alcoholic. Then you help them.
I like the argument, Jack. If we're going to use it to the politicians, if Tommy is correct, it's not their time to hear a message, and we can't make them until it's their time, until they come to something for themselves.
I think that was, you were asking me, Joe?
Yeah.
Again, my education has actually been in helping people change. Now, when I get some support and people actually test my knowledge out, and there have been people who have learned from me, despite the guests who show up here, there's actually people who appreciate the value I've shared, and they have gained value from learning from me. And so as more people will finally say, you know what, Jack might have something to share, well, it's going to be easier for me to get the attention of other people.
Okay, wait. All right. First of all, it scares me. We all got to be equals. We can't be about Jack. It can't be about thrust Jack.
Hey,
somewhere.
Joe,
hold on. I wasn't done. I see.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted because I see where you're going. Please continue.
Thank you. In order for all of us to truly get behind this, it can't be get behind that one leader, one guy. I think that's an error in our thinking.
What's the answer then? Instead of what it isn't, Joe, what's the answer?
Well, I only got guesses the same way you would have. And just by following this logic, we'd all have to know, to share the same knowledge. Now we all have an opportunity to go up there. Any voice that heard is just you ask, or Joe, you're getting angry and you're
no, Joe, I'm running with your idea. I don't need any more.
Okay.
I don't need any more.
Go ahead.
So you presented the case that we can't get behind Jack. We've got to have more than that. And we all need to have
not
the same
only
knowledge.
Jack. We must get behind Jack, but it can't only be Jack.
Right.
All right.
Yep. So I have the knowledge and the idea.
Can I conclude something? Sorry. Let me. Sorry for interruption, but I have to conclude something.
This guy's the worst.
Actually, no, Lamar, you don't have to do anything. Yep. I've chosen to
too much ego.
Thank you for joining. I claim, Joe, to have the knowledge that gives me the confidence to believe this could be achieved. Okay. So is anyone here interested in trying to get the same knowledge as me?
Tell us right now.
What would you like to know, Joe?
I would like to know, what do I need to tell those politicians to get them to change their mind? First day I
Why?
meet them.
Do you have an appointment?
Wow, you just told me to share the knowledge, and now you're asking me, do I have an appointment with a politician? How quick did that change?
Well, okay. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I didn't. Okay. I had a different idea in mind of what people might be able to learn from me rather than my trying to imagine hypothetical conversations with people that we don't know. Who am I going to talk to, Joe? Which one is it? Because depending on who it is, it might be a different conversation.
Well, Jack, he doesn't know what he doesn't know.
Yeah.
So what do you think that we
He
should
doesn't
learn?
know much. That's true.
Tell you what, out of the panel here, who besides me is confident that we can end wars and bring reforms to the U.S. government? Besides me, is anyone else?
I'm confident, Jack. I am confident. I trust that your mission that you're passionate about is going to happen. You've proven that you're willing to go to Washington and move to Baltimore. And you've made all these moves to show people that you're not just empty talk. I was just thrown off a bit today, I got to be honest, by Flow State wearing his cap the front way rather than backwards.
I'm getting
is this
older.
an alternate reality or what is not? I don't know what happened, but this is like an alternate universe today. I don't know what the hell happened.
Jack, I'm going to go on a little ego trip with you, man. I would say that I am much more qualified to pull off this ending war shit. I would say that my record shows I've been out there trying to end this fucking war and change these politicians every day for fucking years. You're not alone up here.
Pardon me, but what record? Do you have a criminal record, Joe, or what record are you speaking?
I'm not going to entertain some gay shit, Steven.
That's a real question.
No, please. He's got record of his experience, his life. He's been out on the streets doing what he does. And if you don't know, I encourage you to look him up.
I've been an activist since I was a kid, man. I was voted top 20 in the country as a young man.
Top 20 what?
Activists in the country.
Oh, okay. You're from the streets. I didn't know that, Joe.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
That means.
I'm not familiar with your channel.
Activism ain't got nothing to do with the streets. I was working with activist groups and stuff. It had nothing to do with the streets.
I was thinking of Obama, the community activist. I'm sorry. It's okay.
No, it's fine.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was just rebutting Jack that who up here is more qualified. I would say you have a peer up here. You have a peer at least. I wouldn't, I was being a little dick because I'm a dick sometimes, but you have a peer. I'm down with you to fight this shit. And I think I showed that. And I showed my logic. I don't mind having a conversation about how to do this. I go out with people who have different opinions, right? Who think the way to do it is through the court system or do this.
You're up in your ego,
I go out there with them and support their techniques as well. I'm trying to make it work.
It's not all about you, Joe. Let Chuck speak.
You said that 6 times. Really?
It's not all about we got a family up. And I think the point here, Jack, is you're going to have some crazies in the family. You know what I'm saying? We got to tolerate each other all the way to the White House, man. We got to.
I like that. Who said that? That was dope.
That was David.
I like it, David.
All right. So I can understand that, but I disagree because the people that want to be entertained by me and just waste time with entertainment, they're slowing my progress, in my opinion. They're not working any support towards the goal of actually achieving this. So I made the choice. I made a choice a long time ago. I'm continuing this path with or without direct support from others. Why? Because I think it's important.
I prefer you go that route anyway. I really like to hear that shit. That's what I
Did you say direct support from mothers?
Who's Joe Cool working with?
I work with a lot of activists. Every activist group in Chicago I work with, but also I've worked with every
what's the purpose?
Stayed out of Kansas City.
What's the purpose, Joe?
The we're all trying to accomplish something. Every one of us is trying to change the system, and their ways differ from mine. All of ours differ, and I like a bunch of different people approaches on it. And I support them in their approaches, and they support me.
How do you
What are
support
you
them?
thinking, Jack?
I literally go with them to their court dates. We go over paperwork. We get fucking what do you call those? Not the hotel, the Airbnbs. For, 2 and 3 days at a time. We all come from different places in the country, and we plan and plot, kind of like we're doing on Jack's right now. And
Yeah.
while we're out, we go film and we discuss what works for us and what doesn't work. We got a million group chats. We got too many group chats. Where you need some legal so-and-so or case law or whatever it is, help with court or something, you throw it in. And we got them in different states. You can throw it in the Florida chat, right? You can throw it in the Texas chat, and there's activists in all these different so-and-sos.
Well, if you have
Do
all
they
these
support you
connections,
back?
why don't you help out Jack? Why don't you support Jack? It's kind of all about Joe. That's
Well,
what I
here,
noticed.
Well,
I
I'm
love to
talking
explain that.
about Joe.
Wait. This is an open. This is great because I need to explain this. And this is why it appears that I'm giving Jack shit. I am trying to get him amenable to other positions. It can't be this is our one route. I would love to introduce him to us, and I need him to want to support others as much as he wants others to support him in their ways and methods. Yeah, go ahead.
Amen, Joe. Amen.
Do you just want people on panel who fully support your goal and believe in it, or are we allowed to be here to speak our minds, even if we're skeptics? Because I am a skeptic, but I do love to try to come up with ideas and try to reverse engineer things and apply reasoning and maybe come to some kind of solutions. But if that's not wanted here, I don't have any problem stepping down. And I don't
You
want to waste
speak,
any
woman.
That's to
Come
you,
on.
Jack. What do you think, Jack? Do you want alternate opinions or
Yeah,
just
no
to
feelings
support
hurt.
yours?
You just
Why
want
ask?
people up
Why
here.
ask me now? Go ahead, continue, Lindsay.
Are you
She
being
just asked a
facetious or
question.
what? I can't read your mind.
I like to. Right.
I'm being honest. Your question is irrelevant considering it's been 2 hours and it's been what it has been. Obviously, I'm entertaining people who are clearly not behind this. So go ahead with your skepticism, Lindsay, please.
Love you, Jack.
Okay, well, I'm a skeptic at heart. So if you don't want skeptics up here, I understand
ahead.
and I respect that.
Go
I
ahead.
was just, what you got me thinking is where we left off and got interrupted. You were coming up with actionable measures, and that was actually pretty good. I was impressed. You said we needed better leadership for one, because you wanted specific, succinct, solid recommendations for things that we could do. I'm not against this. I'm for this idea. I'm a skeptic in that how can it be done when it's a solution that has many problems and has many facets and needs many different
approaches.
solutions.
Yeah.
So I like to just sit there and think about it, not dismiss it, but think about it. And I was thinking in terms of like reverse engineering, how could we liken this to today's world? And stop me if you want. I said again, no feelings hurt. I'm thinking in a way, you said, how can we live in this environment? How could they do that during the Gulag days and go along with the genocide? And how could people just let that happen? And I was thinking about today how we have somewhat of an autocratic situation at play. And what are we doing about that? Basically nothing.
Getting behind it, in fact.
Yeah, a little bit, right? There's the irony.
What's the autocratic way?
Well, I'd like to finish my point, but just to be clear, it's having representation that is less democratic than it's supposed to be, and it's more
Joe's a big fancy
authoritarian.
word.
It's a more of a do what I say, and not I'm working for the constituency. That's how I view Trump. Other people are going to disagree. That's fine, but I'm saying we are in somewhat of an autocratic situation, mirroring but not equal to the days of yesterday during the World War II.
Right.
Okay.
So what did
So
we do
this
then?
is what
enough.
you get
Let
with
Jack
your
get in
reverse
here. He wanted to
engineering.
respond.
Hold on, she was just getting to it, I think. This is why you say we need to
She was
reverse
cooking.
engineer those situations and find a way out. That's where you're going.
If I'm driving you all crazy, I can shut up. I'm telling you, no, I'm not done.
Oh.
And if this whole verbose speech or whatever is nuts or annoying you,
Can you interact without doing a TED talk?
She
Okay,
came on to
we'll try.
monologue, I think.
Actually, guys, back off, please.
Let her
I've been
go.
given
Let her
that
go.
feedback.
Let her
It's fine.
finish her stuff. Go
Okay,
ahead,
I'll
Wendy,
go.
please.
So what did we do then to stop that from happening? Not much, nothing. We came into the war late. We helped free some prisoners who really didn't let anything going on. So what was the problem? The problem was propaganda. We were letting the propaganda go on. We were letting the rhetoric going on. We trusted and we believed our leadership.
I like it. I like it. Go ahead. I like it.
So if you go with that analogy there, Jack has already touched on improve your leadership, which is actually a huge ordeal. And
By countering the propaganda.
the way to attack that problem is to not allow things to go unchecked, to not question the possible propaganda, to only have certain news sources and not others, to discount foreign news sources, or do yourself the disservice of only listening to English. Get the Google translation. Okay, I'm done. So that's what I come up. That's what I came up with that.
I
To help.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, if we could shorten it up a bit, I think she is
I'm
saying
done.
that. Yeah, not you shorten it up. If we could to paraphrase it quickly, I think you're saying that
I just tried to be clear, and so I think that's why I talk too much. Tried to
Elvis
explain
fell
things.
asleep
Yeah, I don't
on
have a
that.
problem. And I would love to invite you to some of them panels that we be having because we're patient as fuck. You can, as long as you get your idea out, you're good.
You think the part where the babies are starving is false propaganda?
Well,
No,
it's one
I don't think that
viewpoint.
is. I think it could be used as propaganda, but I don't know if you're asking me or Jack because he's the one that posted it.
The part that no one's dying over there is definitely false propaganda, and that they're only shooting hospitals and stuff because there's a bad guy in every basement of every apartment building in the hospital they hit. That's definitely
What?
propaganda.
Well, it's
What?
propaganda if you don't know the truth and you buy it point blank. So that was my point about the media and the media.
And your point
They're
was we
killing
need
the
to
babies because
battle
they're
it
brown.
even better. We need to battle the propaganda. We have to actively work against it, the propaganda.
Joe,
and it's
that's
true.
propaganda. There's not a bad guy in every hospital in Palestine, or that's propaganda.
That was
None of us are there.
That was
That's
my
the problem.
That's
I know
propaganda.
two situations. One, I seen there was two freshmen, not senators, but representatives from Illinois, and they did a little piece on them, and they had offices upstairs and everything, and they voted against the bill. And when they went back to their offices, they were told their offices had been moved.
How is this related?
They were down
What are
in
you
the boiler
talking
room.
about?
I get to Lindsay's point, that their offices had been moved to the boiler room, and they were told either get in line or this is where you're going to stay. The other situation was an actor that played on Law and Order. He was the DA, but he ran for senator from Tennessee and he won. And he quit because he said he couldn't get anything done. There was no way to put a straight bill through.
Of
He
course not.
said every
Of
bill he
course.
proposed
Obvious, Captain
had
Obvious.
900
Stop.
attachments.
Of course. And you
Old
got to
I
news.
was
make
trying to give
deals
real
and
life.
play politics.
Yeah, I was trying to make some real life connections there, Stephen.
No,
I'm
all
sorry,
good.
I
No,
shut up.
all good ideas. You're right. If you do make that politician sincere, you got him on your side. Suddenly, he's ineffective because his ability to make deals and give and get in order to get what he wants is gone because now he must do it the honest way. He can't
Yeah,
just
I
call up
know.
his buddy with power and bulldoze a bunch of people. So if we
Not
do
all
convert
skeptics
him,
are strippers.
he may be less
Joe, you
effective.
ever seen the movie with Jimmy Stewart called Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
I've heard
Everybody's
of the
seen that
movie. I
old
probably
Okay,
did. I don't remember.
but the point I'm making is they show that they go into the back rooms to make these deals.
Right.
No
That
shit.
an individual that stands up against them
No shit.
doesn't stand a chance.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, Steven. I'm just trying to.
There's a good video release of that when the three I think they were senators or congressmen or something, they went out and protested with some of the people outside, 2 black people and 1 white person. When they came back in, they told the 2 black ones they were fired.
Wait, what does race have to do
and
with
the
this?
white
You're
one
always bringing in
was
race,
not
Joe.
fired. So when they went into that room,
was
everybody
the
was
reason to
calling
make-
them, all of them were calling them racist for only firing the 2 black people and not the white girl. So when they went in that room, they discussed that all of us have to vote and stick together on this or we'll die. And 2 of the guys backed out the vote. And they lost their vote and they had to reinstitute the 2 black people. And when they went back in that room, they tore the 2 who went against them to pieces, and they got audio tape of it. It was great to listen to. The powerful, you can tell who was the real powerful ones in that room.
They were from Tennessee, Joe.
Okay, I don't remember where they were from.
I'm familiar with the story.
Oh my God, they really gave them 2 shit. Why didn't you tell us beforehand? You left us to hang out there. Now everybody's gonna think we're racist. It was great.
So
I was just trying to point out the optics. It was all.
Thanks, Chuck. Glad you did. And I'd like to point out my experience, just for the record. Lindsay said she had some skepticism to share. Conversations just entirely put Jack in the back. So let's all get on the skepticism and the distractions.
Actually, this is all about your conversation.
That's
Everything
what
we've
Lindsay
said.
came on for, is
Was
to
it?
distract. So
I'm
did Chuck.
full of Lindsay.
Was it, Joe?
Yes.
That was about my goals?
Well, what the thing she came up here to say was that there are alternate opinions from yours. Do you want to hear them or just yours? Right? So she's giving alternate ways, and the Chuck added on to accomplish the same goal that you want to accomplish, but maybe not the exact way you want to do it.
I didn't hear that from Chuck or Lindsay, to be honest. But hey,
How can Lindsay help you?
Anyone could help me in any way they want, if it's helpful. If it's not helpful, it's not helpful. But most people just want to stay in confusion and doubts. Now, what someone could really, if they want to try and help me, face me honestly and give me a chance to overcome your doubts. Let's get past this bullshit so that Jack's not the only one who has this knowledge in his head.
I think Lindsay came on to undermine you. I think she's skeptical of Jack Talcott. That's what I think. She's an opposer. Can you let me finish, Joe? Jeez, you're always interrupting.
I know you're just trying to derail, but you got to be able to do it sometimes. So go ahead.
Lindsay is great, and I admire and respect Lindsay quite a bit.
For what? I don't.
I know you guys have poor taste, clearly. So her ability to communicate, her ability to reason, they're actually very strong. And it's a hell of a lot better than people who just think every thought should be blurted out, Chuck.
Well, Jack, she can communicate fairly well. She's decent at that, but she's really here. She comes on to undermine you.
Steven,
I think she's deceitful.
How many people don't show up here to undermine me?
Well, Chuck is here just
the
for
same
that.
could
I
be
know
said
that
about
Chuck.
Steven. The same could be said about you. Same could be said
No,
about
I've been very supportive. Very supportive. I don't think they could say that with a straight face.
Steven, if you notice, I've been a member for 17 months. I'm being supportive.
That doesn't matter, though, Chuck. You've been very disagreeable.
Disagreeable in itself. That's neither here nor there. Or you guys, I wanted to go back to what you just said.
He's been a prick. He's been a prick. I was trying to put that kindly, but Chuck, you've been a prick.
I like it.
You know, I'm actually thinking about.
I appreciate it.
Lindsay's a cold conversationalist, period.
I was considering her question for me. I thought it was fair and reasonable. She at least asked. And I'll be honest, I think from now on, while people can paint it however the fuck they want, I'm really tired of wasting my time with doubts and disagreements and people who don't seem to care, right? Not about me, not about the idea of ending wars. This is a real life opportunity. Are we going to just let someone else do it?
Well, we're
This is
brainstorming
real life.
right now.
Are
And
we? No,
yes,
Joe.
we are.
I got sat
Go
in the
ahead.
back and I didn't hear any brainstorming, not involving me or my ideas. I heard people
Okay,
talking about things they think.
I'll restate what I've stated throughout this conversation several times over. People have their own ideas. Yours is, I think yours is, do it your way or you're unhelpful to me. Me and
What if
Chuck
you're
in
wrong?
particular and Lens, that's all we've been talking about is
Oh my
other
God.
ways to
Okay,
pull this
great.
off.
Great.
Go
Then
ahead, just interrupt me when you get emotional. Go ahead.
I will. I will, Joe.
I
'Cause
see, it's clear.
Yeah, why don't you also see that there's a reason behind my lack of patience with you?
I see the reason, but go ahead.
No, Joe. You keep jumping to conclusions about me. You've got this narrative about me. I've been trying to talk to you, but hey, you're convinced, just like Chuck has been convinced.
Oh,
just
crap.
like many others have been convinced.
Please just keep it with me and keep me, whatever drama you have with other people, just keep addressing me, please. I don't want to be part of the emotional baggage of other people.
Well, Joe, thank you. I see you talking a lot of talk. You claim to understand. I've been trying to lead and guide these conversations kind of into the topic and into my ideas.
Yes.
The nature of these panels, which you are very comfortable with, Joe.
Yes.
The nature of the panels is a different format than what Jack Talcott is trying to enjoy.
I see and agree with you.
Okay. So where I was going with that question Lindsay asked, I actually think in the future, maybe I will start limiting the panel guests to those who actually want to know what Jack has to say. Because this hasn't, I mean, it's been fun, but this is getting old to me, Joe. Seriously.
Again, that's because you deal with a lot of other people. I'm here. I'm giving fresh eyes. I'm giving you my attention. I'm giving you the best logic that I can come up with. I'm not part of some planned attack. I don't watch the show daily. If I'm here, I say hello in the chat and I'm gone or I hop on panel.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Do
aware
better, Joe.
of everybody that's attacking
Do
you and
better.
all the ideas and people who maybe you've heard this before.
Right.
My coming up here and my talking to you even right now is all about growth and working together. I've literally been sitting up here for, I don't know,
You've
an
been
hour
talking a
trying
lot,
to figure
Joe.
out how we can communicate and work together as opposed to working for Jack.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're opposed to cooperating with Jack.
That's not what I said. I just
I
said
know,
I want to
I know,
work together
Joe.
with Jack, not for
Right,
Jack.
no,
But by
Joe.
all means, straw man my shit so you can fucking give
Can you
your
let him
spill.
speak?
Joe, you've been painting this bullshit as though I'm trying to be the boss and people gotta follow Jack. That's a misrepresentation, Joe. Okay? And I'm done.
Yes.
I'm done arguing. Thank you for stopping by, Joe. I appreciate you. And it's not just you. Let's start wrapping up because my energy has clearly shifted.
All right, here. Well, we'll shift your energy a little more. I'm down. I'll leave and let you wrap up. But here is the problem. If every time we make progress, I got to get yelled at like a little kid and you rage quit and all of that stuff, we will not make progress. You think I'm difficult? Wait until you get in them rooms with those guys you want to
Is that a
be in a
threat?
room with.
Lindsay's hitting on me in the chat. She said, "You're going to get it, Buster." I think that's sexual. But anyway, back to Jack. Can we just let Jack speak for a while?
No,
You guys
it's
have been
back to
hogging the
Joe.
panel.
It's back to Joe. Joe's already
Okay.
said it.
Oh, well, if it's, I was
Hey,
done. But if you want to give me more time, you know I'll take it.
Go ahead,
keep
Joe.
talking shit about how bad Jack is doing and how you're offended and all this other bullshit, Joe. Keep going.
Okay, good. Since you're giving me the floor, I
Let it,
don't give a fuck.
let it rip,
Hold on.
Joe.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about your victimhood. I don't give a fuck that you feel.
I know. And I don't give a fuck either, Joe. Your opinions don't help. Boy, this is kind of.
I would have let him got it off his chest. Maybe that.
Yeah, that was actually what I was thinking. How in the hell did I do that? I put Joe out before Chuck.
I couldn't believe Chuck was even allowed on the show today. What?
He came in. He feels safe because he's on Powder Dusty's boots. You know, he follows him. Feels
He's a
safe.
bootlicker.
Yeah,
He's a bootlicker. I agree with that.
I'm ready to wrap up. I'm going to do some final words, please.
All right.
And,
We got to tolerate each other. I love every one of you, no matter how mad you get at me. And I like to lick Dusty's boots too.
appreciate you, David Wayne. Thank you for joining.
Ooh.
Lou, I appreciate what you brought today. Thank you. It was perfect.
Did he say anything?
I don't think he did.
That was his best appearance yet on a live stream. Great job, Lou.
That's what I was thinking. Stephen, let's let Dusty have the last words, please.
All right, I'll let Dusty have the last word as long as he adores me. I just want to say thanks for having me on, Jack. I appreciate you letting me on, and don't let these fools get to you. Don't let Joe and Chuck and some of these, they don't bring any value. They're just naysayers. So don't let them. Cheer up, Jack. I don't want them to ruin the rest of your day. You look a bit down. Just, they're just dust under your boots. I call them piss ants. But anyway, I'm trying not to call them that anymore. I'm trying to be kinder and gentler. But anyway, thanks for having me on, and bless.
Have you considered licking my
you, bless Claudia.
Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. What were you saying? What?
A lot of people like licking my boots. I think that maybe if you haven't tried it, you should try it. That was mostly to Stephen, but it's applicable anywhere. I don't really have any particular thoughts. I think you know where I stand on things. I think.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I think you're a greedy communist, and that's what I think about a lot of people. But
I know. The good thing is, though, is I already know you're wrong. Thank you for joining for me. Thank you. And please, to all the guests and to all the fans of the guests, please recognize I intend to offer no offense. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be rude. I am trying to invite people to have conversations with me about the topics that I love to talk about, ending wars, right? Talking about God, meditation, love, goals, self-development. I mean, I actually have a variety of different topics that I feel competently able to speak about. But I don't know what to do. I'm just like everyone else, okay? I figured this out earlier. If you consider it, play around with the idea, and Chuck, you're such a... Thank you for the contribution, Chuck. Here. I've been bastardized because I want to have conversations that are productive in my mind, as I host the stream. And Joe, I know you're probably not listening. If you're not in the back, you're not listening, right? If you're not up here, you're not listening. You don't listen to my monologues. You don't listen to the messages that I'm sharing about inspiration and faith and all of that. So the people that just tune in for the panels, you're kind of missing a big part of me. And we live in a world. This world is divine. this entire world. Let's pause. I am going to flow just a couple of minutes. We're a couple hours in, but if anything, maybe I can clip something and share something value later too. But this idea came through for me earlier, looking at my life and how I'm living. And my goal is, I'm very open and honest. Jack, in his own best way, is following the example of Jesus that I know, that I understand. Okay. And it just means you be honest, you be forgiving, you be kind, you be generous, you be the good qualities that you can. And that's what I'm focused on doing. And I tell you what, you start focusing on being a better version of you. You start bringing God into your mind more often, and you start asking God, what can I do? What can I do with this world that you have given me? Because if you want to accept the facts, brothers and sisters, let me paint a story for you this way. By the nature of the laws and the order of creation, this day, July 24th, 2025, here in America, where I am, this day was created specifically for you, specifically for me. The entire world was created so that we could experience today. And it's not just the world, the entire universe was put into motion and came into form eons ago, and all those years passed by so that today could be lived by you and I. If you can't find a little gratitude for the big picture that you're a part of, then you might be misinformed, okay? And we were born into a world where trauma and war, debts, oppression, all of that stuff was normalized, right? Oh, it's just normal for people to fight, just normal for people to put people in jail. I mentioned the statistic earlier. I've heard it several places before, so I trust it's somewhat credible. Approximately 25% of the world's prison population is in America. We have a society where money equals time. How do you spend your time? What is your time worth to you? If you spend all your time only on earning money or managing money or thinking about money, you're missing out, right? Because money is of the devil's design, truly. It's all the entire banking system all around the world. It's built upon lies. We have the American government is built upon lies to protect those lies. And we know we've got a lot of well-informed guests who visit my stream and some of these other streams. You know, they're not experts. They're not in positions of authority, but they can read the rules just like those other people can. And that's what I did. I read the rules. I understand the laws of man are quite corrupted considering the laws of God, because the true love of God is love. Love God, love life. If you love life, that's how you show your love for God. And if you love one another, that's how you show your love for yourself. Because it's true, anything you do to another it's being done to you. And I don't like insulting people. I don't like minimizing people, but I do know what's happening outside of America. It's even worse than what's happening inside in many places. And what's going on in this world with the not just Gaza, not just Ukraine, but there are so many places in this world where violence and war, conflict has become the normal game. We have the opportunity, brothers and sisters. This is our lifetime to live. And the only way to live, it's with purpose. And if you're not intentional with your time, if you don't move with intentions of, I'm doing this for this, I'm moving forward for this. You move forward with a hope, what your heart desires. And my heart desires a world of peace, brothers and sisters. By God's grace, I found one. I found a world of peace. And my world, it is filled with such beauty, such magnificence, such glory. My world is filled with divinity. And so is yours, if you allow it. I don't know how to explain it right. I've got a couple in the back, but I'm going to wrap this up. Brothers and sisters, thank you sincerely to all who were a part of today's adventure. Tomorrow, well, I'll be reviewing and reflecting, and I'll try to come up with a new game plan for tomorrow, and we'll see what the future brings. Thank you again, sincerely. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all.